the WSET is the big thing, right?
Yeah.
But then you'll be able to do your own tastings as a group. You bring a bottle, you bring a bottle, you bring a bottle. So we are sharing costs because this homework money is a lot, like I said.
It's a lot. And speaking even of which, when you're doing this training and everything, which brands have you partnered with to provide like the...
Okay, so we work with all.
Or how does that go? Is there specific brands that you have to work with when you're doing the training? Because they're the ones endorsing it, or you're just open to...
Okay, so when we're doing the Wines of South Africa course, clearly then we can only deal with South African wine importers. Because that's very specific. For WSET, the curriculum is worldwide. I mean, there's no limit to any country or any brand.
Yeah.
So actually, a lot of importers have been supporting us that way.
Yeah, because that's what.
So the two main partners of the company, like I said, DeFries Consulting, they import Viergelegen from South Africa. They also
you say that?
Viergelegen.
And even now, can you even imagine me trying to write that down? Now when I'm doing this post and I'm talking about that, you have to write down the perfect, the
pronunciation.
Yeah, for me, the spelling, I have to. Yeah,
you have to, no problem.
Yeah.
In fact, some people call it Viergelegen. They also import Nicolas Feuillet's champagne.
Oh, that's a good one though, right?
So for example...
That's a good one.
Yeah, so and then we have McKean, who imports Celestial Bay wines from Australia, for example. So, of course, this, this is an opportunity for them to, of course, ingrain their brand. So that's the first port of call. Then we have the curriculum outlines what wines you should serve for what part of the course. So then we actually reach out to importers and say, we're doing level 2 on these dates. We require, say, Riesling from Australia.
Yeah.
We require Malbec from Argentina. We require Prosecco from Italy. Then, we crowdsource, if you can say that.
Yeah.
And in some cases, we have to purchase. So in essence, there's a whole lot of involvement around that. Of course, we have to lobby a lot more. This year has been tough for importers with the change of the processes earlier in the year. So there's a course we actually did with, it was a very interesting crowdsourcing experiment for one of the last courses we did.
Yeah.
But we work with everybody. The course is generic.
What affected? You say the importing process?
The importing process had been changed. So there was a lot of stockouts, for example.
Oh.
So usually we always have an abundance of choice, but
Taxes?
in that particular, no, it was a testing process. So to get the KEB stickers and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And then there was also some issues at the port and all that stuff. But yes, so we have to continue working with the importers.
With the importers.
It's an ecosystem. You can't do one without the other. It's definitely, you have to.
Okay, for the WSET, I know we've talked about South Africa. Since you're talking about working with different, wine suppliers and different wine companies, right? And the training part, I see you moving in and out of the country at times, right?
Myself, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Yourself, yeah. Do you go to all those different countries, or just specifically South Africa to gain, maybe there's a new introduction they're introducing to the WSET course? Okay. Is something new they want to implement or add in that course?
Okay, no. Well, when I traveled for WSET, like I indicated, it was to actually go and do when I was doing my education. So when I was furthering my own education, right? But of course, we're in constant communication with them. Yeah. And they are coming for the first time to Kenya next year as an organization to do, in essence, to help us with what we've already started. The contract with Wines of South Africa, of course, there's trips that are mandatory to go and, of course, get involved in events. The Sommelier Cup was one of them. So, of course, I accompanied some to South Africa to be part of that and to see him compete against the others from the world, right? The Cape Wine Show, again, is part of the work. You have to go and, network and build relationships. I haven't quite traveled to Europe.
Yeah, because we're talking about France a lot, Italy. That's what I'm asking. Yeah, I
do hope to attend ProVine, which is the largest sort of wine show that's held in Germany.
Which is the one that we're shooting? Let's Which is the one?
No. We're going to be shooting for 2 years. That's for our channel.
Okay.
And there'll be very many different products there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we can do a country series.
Wait for it, guys. Wait for that one.
Oh, yeah, we can even attend all the big wine shows around the world.
That's what I was. That was my inquiry.
There
that was
you
my
go.
inquiry. And then now.
The world is our oyster. So, of course, the travel, I would want to travel a lot more. But yeah,
because we're talking about different wines coming from different places. Different countries, and I'm sure there's also a way.
Yes, I wish our importers could take us along their trips as well, because they are the ones who go a lot to their specific countries.
Oh, true.
I know Viva Global. I mean, you shot their big expo, and think about that event. One importer has a big enough portfolio to run their own. Run their own show.
What did you think of that?
I loved it, and you covered it really well. But then again, the fact that they insisted that we had to have WSET classes during the event as well, I think it's something that should be added to every sort of big tasting event
as well. That's what you were saying,
Yes.
If you include that as a package, or an option, at least give people that as an option. Like you can actually, apart from attending, you can also live with some.
Yes, live with something. You do the tasting, but live with some knowledge, and then you understand about the business models. So, like Viva, for example, Mira knows I want to go to New Zealand. Yeah, wink.
Yeah, Mira, that's a message
there are brands
for you.
like Cloudy Bay, Matua, from New Zealand. There are brands from Australia like Cape Mentel, Penfolds. Yeah. They had wines from the States like I forget the name.
The wines that were
there was South African wines. You see, but then so there was the Nairobi Wine Festival that was many importers in the same room together. We have the Warsaw show that is South African wine importers in the same room, which is a regional show. They did their own portfolio show from the importer themselves, and they were able to fill the room with lots of people. Yeah, so that there's so much to do. There is so much to do. And so many products. We could have just premium wine show. We could have, it's amazing.
Champagne show.
Fortified wine show.
So
there's so much to talk about.
Since we're also talking about all these things, somebody would be like, you know what? They hear the way you're passionate about what you're doing. And of course, I'm assuming you also do you have a team?
Yes, I have a team, a very small team. Yeah. And the team is very project focused.
Yeah, and people, wait to see where I'm going with this.
Are we a team?
Yes.
Are we a team?
Yeah. Yes, we are. So if somebody is like really interested and now they're not even looking, because we're talking about like building this up in Kenya as well, right? And somebody's like, okay, I'd want to do this course, and I know if I'm good at this, if maybe eventually I would want to partner and start to just, join her team. Is that something that you're looking for to recruiting more people and building like a whole big empire?
We have a long-term vision, right?
Yeah.
And at some point the vision was, we'll own the whole production line and have our own wine brand, whatever. Yeah. It keeps changing and evolving. And of course we have to look for the opportunities. Sometimes they come to us, sometimes we force them, right? Yeah. So actually, lately, what I've actually been getting, so if the opportunities to grow the team, you can contact us, and of course, we'll follow the process. Yeah, that's the script. We follow the process as required. But at Winejiro is my handle on Instagram, on Facebook as well, so you can contact me there.
I'll tag you on the podcast, so they'll definitely, they won't
But then
miss.
we've been getting a lot of requests now, so maybe recruitment is another area. Yeah, so importers come and say, I want someone. So of course, one pool we have is the Sommelier Cup people. The other pool we have is the WSET people. Yeah. And if we can link them to new jobs, it would be great. Yeah. 2 people I know who are working in the trade space in Kenya have gone to work on cruise ships. I learned this year. 2 of our participants from the Sommelier Cup. One is Silas, who used to be at Kepinski, and Moses, who used to be with the Tamarind Group. People are going to cruise ships. That's an opportunity as well. So again, maybe recruitment is another thing, because I guess training and links with the industry.
Yeah, you can actually just link them too as you grow as well.
So if you're not working for Winejiro, she can link you to somewhere else.
That's so you hear that, guys?
As well.
More opportunities out there.
Because sometimes it's a small space. Sometimes you go around the same people, and it's great to get new people to build the space. Yeah. But the other thing is, I'm so proud that a lot of the wine companies, if I can call them that, whether it's importers or retailers, are women-owned. There's a lot of that. It's amazing. Like, women rule the wine space in Nairobi.
Yeah.
If you think about Suraya, the wine shop, you think about
that's actually true.
Casks and Barrels, Washera. You think about Josephine from...
And they're doing it very well.
Very well. Josephine from... where am I forgetting names now? Veram.
You started bringing up the names.
You know, Diane from Under the Influence. There is... I have to shout out to all of them now. Ooh.
If you forget someone, you know, they'll be like, she actually didn't mention.
Kalika from Mia. You know, there's Madvi in Slater and Whitaker. There's a lot of wine. I mean, there's a lot of women. And it's not old women. Again, it's, you know, relatively young women. I made a career change at 35 plus.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's not like...
And that's like...
easy.
It's a huge shift.
It's a huge shift.
Imagine,
to something totally new. But I guess my circumstances of once you've lost the most important thing in your life, perhaps then your view of what is important in life is different.
Yeah.
But I'm saying it's possible.
Yeah.
I have people who come to class. There's an inquiry I got the other day. Someone is saying, well, I work in a spare parts shop for cars.
Wow.
But this is what I want to do. And I'm like,
that's a completely different field.
Come in. Interior designer, whatever you are, really, come in. If you're interested and have the passion, try it out and see where it takes you. Like anything, really.
I would just like to learn it so that, you know, when I'm having these conversations, I don't just... Because I zone out once people start talking about wine. You know, this.
When you get too technical...
Lord. Yeah, once you start getting too technical, I'll be like, okay, I don't have time for this.
The one thing I keep telling you...
Let me go to my Instagrams.
You have to bring it down, and it's a challenge.
Yeah.
Being able to speak to the Danish dinner you were part of.
Yep.
It was an expatriate community. You need to be able to explain to those who have been to the places you haven't been.
True.
Yeah, when you told them Bordeaux, they're like, oh yeah, I was there last summer.
Yeah.
Or I own a house there, right?
Yeah.
The same way you should be able to explain to my cousin in Shags.
Yeah, that's true.
Who's a casual laborer in a tea farm.
And make them still have the same...
understanding.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, of course, the language has to be very different.
True.
When I'm talking about pairing, I always challenge people and say, honestly speaking, what I eat at home is chapati and dengu, pilau, marigo, matoke, and things like that. Yeah. So you can't be giving me the whole oysters and champagne story.
Yeah.
You have to give me for your matoke, for your matumbo.
It's not practical because that's
Yes, you have to bring it down to me.
Yeah.
I know nyamachoma is a big thing. That's easy. But then even the other things. If I'm down at the coast and I'm having pweza from the Kibanda Hapo Diani, my favorite place. You know? What wine should I be having?
Diani?
Diani is my favorite place.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, but I do love
even when
Diani
we live in France, we'll be coming.
Of course,
we'll be
for
doing
sure.
monthly trips to Diani.
Yeah, because we have to, at least, but the flights have to. If there was a way the flights just go straight to Diani, that would be nice.
Well, to Mombasa they do. International flights to Mombasa you can.
Wait, what? Straight from?
You can connect with different.
Because
Qatar,
okay, yeah.
Via Doha, right? But then there's flights from Mombasa.
So we'll start planning those trips. Don't worry. It's 2020. Anything is possible, right?
Kabisa.
Yeah. So
Vision 2020. We're not even waiting for 2030.
What? One thing that I've noticed, it's okay. Sorry, my apologies.
Excuse me.
Some more.
Yeah, I'll have a sip.
Okay. So.
Go on.
In the how are you guys using social media? Is it important for just the wine industry in general? I haven't seen wine people really push or use social media to its fullest potential.
Okay, so how would you maybe...
No, I'm not saying I would I'm just saying...
What would you say... Okay, what industry uses it to its full potential? Perhaps I should ask you.
Podcast.
Okay.
No, but I'm just saying in general...
No, okay. There's definitely a lot to be learned.
Yeah.
There's definitely a lot to be learned. I mean...
Because I think when people miss out or don't maybe realize this actually exists in Kenya, it's maybe because you haven't like shouted the presence of it. Like maybe I'm seeing my own things.
No, if you look for it, if you decide I want to drive a Mercedes, see suddenly every car you'll be looking at will be a Mercedes Benz, right?
That's true.
The GL.
True.
The G-Wagon, sorry.
True. But what are your thoughts on social media? Are you guys tapping into it?
I know for our interactions with Wines of South Africa, with the WSET through the Hospitality Competence Center.
Yeah.
Social media is a big thing for us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it could be part of the marketing process. So of course you then make your noise there. You post when you have your classes, and actually it's a lead generation for us. Yeah. A lot of the lead generation comes from there.
The reason why I brought it up is because like nowadays, even if you go like just on, even if it's Instagram, Facebook, when somebody's having a meal and they have a glass of wine there, they do take that picture.
It's very, very important.
Dominant in that, like,
It's very important. Personally, there's a lot of wine accounts I follow. Both individuals in the space and also producers and brands, right? Yeah. So even for my own knowledge, I rely a lot on social media as much as, and it really sort of shortens everything. I mean, I have never been to an actual harvest.
Yeah.
But then, like when Melissa was, for example, at Veheleken and she was posting a harvesting process. Leleshwa have also been posting the harvesting process. I felt like I understand now.
You feel like you're actually there now.
So huge draw, totally huge draw. Definitely more can be done. The one thing that again is a consideration for marketing of companies like ours is the age. So for example, my niece is 17, she's on Instagram. She wanted to follow me. My account is not a personal account. I do put some personal information, but it's mainly a business account. And I was like, you cannot join. But I can't restrict her. Like I don't have filters to... And I don't know what the law is. I know a lot more people now are putting the age restrictions on their posts anyway. True. But how do you control it? Websites for wine companies ask you to put on your age. But again,
actually true. Anything to do with alcohol, you have to.
It's a sort of, what is called gates, but... can you really control it? So definitely social media is a big part, but you cannot rely on social media alone. People have to experience. When I talked about my company at the beginning, when you stopped me.
Oh, my apologies. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah. Did you finish talking about it?
We didn't even get back to it.
Oh, Lord.
Not to worry. The education, experience, lifestyle is sort of, what can I say? It's a continuum. Of course, you can come back and forth. But the thing is you need to have some knowledge to enhance your experience. Sometimes the experience itself is the education. You acquire education through the experience, but we feel having education and experiencing something enhances it more. To such an extent that you can become like I was in South Africa, where it's a lifestyle. You go to the supermarket and you just know what wine to buy without thinking. Like
you already know what you're going for and why you're going for this.
You have wine with your food every day. You have a home cellar where you have curated different wines. John akikuja tutampatia hii. Mother-in-law hii ni wine yake.
When we're cooking this, we'll go with this.
Your house knows about it. Everybody knows about it. We know how to store correctly, use the correct glassware. It's part of us. When we talk about wine like we talk about things we're interested in. I cycle, so in fact the bikes I'm seeing in front.
You cycle as well?
I cycle as well.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to lifestyle things. You have to be all round. So no crazy ideas have come while I'm cycling, like I did.
Not yet.
But the idea is the things around you, and I laugh because I was at a hike 2 weeks ago. And it rained the whole weekend. It was so terrible. And it was the kind of experience where I wanted to lock myself from the business and not think about it and just chill in the outdoors.
Just enjoy.
And we are a very small group of 10 people. But I've got 2 sign-ups from class from that group of 10 people. And I wasn't even doing a pitch or anything. Someone just mentioned, because they know what I do, you didn't bring any wine for us. I'm like, we're hiking, we're not supposed to be drinking. And of course, then I got to talk about what I do. So it's like, sometimes even in the marketing activities you're doing, and then you still get your business because people are interested, and again it's an authentic pitch.
Yeah, and now do you want to finish up about your company because I interrupted you? Sorry.
No, I think
because we are almost winding up. Yeah.
Okay, so really,
and I do want people to actually understand, because you've
Yes.
talked about so much, because I didn't want us to just talk about like just pointers, and people don't understand how you came into, but now they understand Wanjiru, they understand the personality, they understand how you stumbled into this, and how everything's just fallen into place.
And thank you, this has been great.
You like the podcast?
I do like.
When was the last time you did an interview like this?
I've never done a podcast. It's my first podcast. The last interview I did was actually over the phone, of course, with a list of specific questions. Yeah. But yeah, this has been amazing. That's what I'm saying. We need to investigate this channel.
Listen.
This channel thing. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I think for me, 5 years on in this business is really appreciating that there's an ecosystem in the food and drinks business.
Yeah.
Where we see our role is, specifically right now, we are mostly playing in the business to business space. That's on the education side, and of course doing the trade shows, and maybe the whole thing about the business of food and wine interactions we're having. But of course the consumer side is also a really big part of what we do. So in a nutshell, of course, Wanjiru has key clients, and I guess that's how our products are defined right now. So we have the WSET, which we're in partnership with the Hospitality Competence Center. Like I said, we do courses every month. You can register online on www.hcc-ea.com, and also they'll be tagged onto this as well. That's for the Wines and Spirits Education Trust courses, WSET level 1 and 2.
Yeah.
You can join either level 1 or 2. You don't need any requirements or prior experience. You pay, you come to class, we take it from there. And it's a global qualification that can take you to different places. Wanjiru does consulting for different organizations. One of them is Wines of South Africa. We are their Kenyan agent. For WSET, we do their trade shows, which are held annually. We facilitate business-to-business linkages between importers and producers. So if you're an aspiring importer who wants to get into the business and you don't know what brands to look for, we can assist with that. And, we also do, we talk about South African brands in a big space. We also organize the trainings for the WSET that are held once a year. And whenever there's a winemaker, which is some of the events that are happening regularly, then we facilitate that aspect as well. If people want to go down to South Africa, we can also, facilitate that for you as well. And different groups have gone and enjoyed different experiences. We also do customized events. You want us to provide wine for your wedding and you don't know what wine to have for your wedding, we will curate that for you. If you're having, you want a wine experience at home for you and your friends, hit us up, we can curate.
Yeah.
That word though.
Curate, yeah. That's a perfect place to use it.
We'll curate that for you. And I'm also exploring anything wine related. I'm always open to talk. I'm very passionate about legacy. So developing the Sommelier Association for Kenya and getting Kenyan sommeliers abroad, giving them opportunities in other countries, and even for those in school already. I mean, I pop into International Hospitality and Tourism Institute often. We've done some work with Utalii, even sponsoring the best beverage students, because we have to pick them up from early.
Yeah.
If I start learning about wine at 20 and not at 30 plus that I started learning about, then clearly that whole lifestyle thing is appreciated. And I have even funded people who, of course, wanted to do the course and have shown promise as well through that. So we're here for the long haul. We're excited about the opportunities being presented with the new wine brands, with new hotel brands, with all these creative destination experiences that have been created here. We are passionate about what we do, and I hope it shows.
No, it does show, because I actually don't think you rest. Do you even rest? I'm always seeing you doing something somewhere.
When I'm cycling,
always,
or running.
Cycling or running. That's your escape.
Or lying by the beach too, right?
Oh yeah.
Every so often.
Yeah, I mean you need that To reboot, of course, and come back with
reboot.
like new ideas, fresh ideas.
No,
to drive.
always. Yeah.
So what's the plan for this year? This year being 2020.
2020. No, we continue with the same. I mean, we are excited to revamp our numbers on the WSET course. We're excited about the visit of the headquarter guys that are coming in March. The Sommelier Association definitely needs to get that running, and if we can get representatives from Kenya to attend the International Association something. It's in French. Convention, right?
Yeah.
That's something really great. I hope to visit one of the big wine shows next year. But yeah, we continue with the grind and spread the word and build the nation one person at a time. Yeah,
Nice.
This is a nation building.
So
Yeah. So if I may go back, my civil servant days were about sustainable livelihoods. It's the same here.
Is it?
Impact. It's the
Oh
same.
yeah. It's
the
more or less
same.
the same.
The medium is just different,
Oh,
but it's
yeah.
more or less around that whole building the
True.
nation too.
True.
Yeah.
So now, since we're coming to the end of the podcast, just tell people where they can find more information, if it's website, Instagram handles, all those things.
Okay.
And any parting shot that you'd like to give guys, because there's so many wine lovers like in Kenya, but they really, some still, like you've said, if you catch them early enough, like these people they have the potential to be like amazing and just grow into
And just
some
grow and do. Just go do it.
crazy,
Really, just go
crazy
do
things.
it. Or is it fake it till you make it?
take it till you make it.
Yeah.
So I mentioned at Wine Giro as our handles before, and the HCC-EA. At WSET Global is the Wines and Spirits Education Trust handle. At WOSA_ZA is the Wines of South Africa handle as well. And let's talk and take this to the next level. Then we can have when we launch our channel, we'll come back and talk about what has happened between now
And then,
and then.
Yes.
But then we will be in France, right?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sipping just some sparkling wine, perhaps.
Yes, we'll be in Champagne.
Oh, yeah.
Epinay.
Oh yeah, it has to be that. It has to be that.
So, ladies and gents, that has been another amazing episode of the Kisscapades podcast. Thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you.
I respect what you're doing, and just keep up with the grind. So, guys, the usual. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Apple iTunes, Castbox. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, all the social media platforms. We post every single day. We post 20 videos across our social platforms every single day. You can watch the full videos. You can listen to the audios. Thanks for listening. Thanks for supporting us. It's the Kisscapades podcast. Goodbye.
Whoa. That was a lot.